So, my name is Mrs. Gorman, and I am really looking forward to this unusual year with you. We are going to start out like any year learning each other's names. However, it's a little bit harder online, and especially if I don't see you on video, then all you are is a name. And so, I really need to connect that name with some things about you and who you really are. So, we're going to, as our first assignment, going to be working on a project where you are going to make a name tag. So sound pretty easy, right? So your name is incredibly important to me, and I just want you to know that I really struggle with learning names, and I struggle them even when I meet people in person. So this year really has me worried to learn all your names, learn how to pronounce them right, and know things about you when I can't meet you. So I'm really going to be working hard at that, but I know I'll make some mistakes early on as I'm meeting all 100 plus of you at once. So I just ask for your patience. I do want to learn your name, and that's why we're starting this way this year with a name activity. So our purpose, so the reason we're doing this is actually a couple things. I do want to learn your name and some things about you. And I want to be able to connect things about you with your name. You're also going to be sharing this with people in your class so they can learn not only your name, but some things about you. I don't know what you've been doing all summer, but this is an opportunity to get yourself going creatively. So, to get you thinking creatively and pushing your mind to think outside the box. And then also, I want to make sure you know how to take and submit a photo with your device. And so, if you don't know how to do that, there'll be like a tutorial video as the next assignment, next piece of this Canvas assignment. And so, if you're not sure how to take a photo with your device and submit it on Canvas, then watch that video. If you already know how to do it, then you're golden and you don't even have to watch the second video. So these are the general directions, and they are all written out. I will post the written PowerPoint with no narration for you to look at these written directions in the future. So you'll find that on this same Canvas assignment. So one thing to keep in mind is this is a very open-ended assignment. It means that there are many, many ways that you can come up with to do it. However, some are a little better than others, so I'll show you what I mean. And there's a few things that are not acceptable, so I'll go over that. So the basic requirements is I would like you to please use the name that you want me to call you. So I realize that might not be the same name that you have in the gradebook. So whatever name that you would like me to call you, that is the name you're going to make. You must take a picture of your completed project and submit it to me. So you may submit it via PowerPoint, but you have to use a picture you took in your PowerPoint. So part of the reason is that is our purpose, remember, to be able to submit a picture. The more ways your name represents you, the better. So I'll give you an example of that. And then next week, you will explain your name tag to the class when we are during one of our live Zoom sessions. I will have all the name tags up. And when it's your turn, you can just tell us what each letter represents. So some things that are not allowed is you may not just copy and paste a pretty name from the internet. Like if you found someone, my first name's Diane. If I found a beautiful Diane on the internet, I can't just submit that. It has to be something I make and take a picture of. You may not just make your name using word art. For this assignment, you may not digitally produce your whole name. I know some of you are very good at digital art and you will get chances to use that. And you might even use it for a portion of your name, but it cannot be your whole name because remember, I want you to take a picture with your camera. And then, of course, make sure you do not use any derogatory terms or inappropriate things. This is all going to be school appropriate. So here's my first example, Gorman. So I wrote it out of things from my garden. So it's a very pretty Gorman, right? I took a picture of it and then I would just submit it. I put it on a PowerPoint or you could just submit the picture. However, this would just be a mediocre assignment. And the reason is it only shows you one thing about myself. It shows you I like to garden. And that's just one thing about me. There are other things about me. So the goal is, however you decide to make your name, is that you show us many things about yourself. Now, if you have 26 letters in your name, I did have a student with 26 letters in their first name. Well, then you actually are going to have to do your assignment a little different, or you can just be super creative and do all 26 letters different. But for most of us, we have enough letters that we can show numerous things about ourselves with our name tag. So this name tag would be acceptable, but all I would tell you is that I love to garden, and that's all you'd know about me from this name tag. So let me do a better name tag. So this name tag illustrates many more things about me than just that I like to garden. So I don't want you to go out and buy things. So I made this name tag with all things I found lying around my house. So the G is made of flowers again because I love to garden. So from looking at the name, can you tell other things about me? You got any guesses before I explain myself? I'll give you a moment. Okay. So what you're going to have to do is you also have to create a written explanation of your name tag because you might have, oh, I can't go back on this. I forgot. Hold on. I got to find our slide again. There you go. You might not know, for example, what the R is, or you might not even know what the O is. And so you will include a written paper to tell you what these things are. So I will just tell you the G is for gardening. So I mostly garden flowers. I do have some vegetables, but I love to flower garden. I spend a lot of time out there in the summer, both working in the garden and just reading and writing and doing things like that. The O is the nose of my dog, Zeus. Zeus is a great big Bernese mountain dog. He weighs about 100 pounds. You will be seeing a lot more of him because he's my teacher assistant, and he actually even will be in some of your learning videos. I love my dog a lot. We do everything together. He's actually a therapy dog. He used to visit schools and nursing homes and libraries before the COVID-19 hit. So he misses doing that kind of work. The R, kind of gross, made out of cat fur. So I do have 3 cats. Their names are Fezzik, Junior, and Chubbs. And I love my cats. They get along fine with Zeus. And they're super cuddly and just sweet. So I'm a big cat lady. Before I got my dog, Zeus is only 2 years old. I have been called a crazy cat lady before. But now that I have a dog, I don't know if I qualify. So here is my M. My M is made out of kitchen utensils, and that's because I love to cook. When the pandemic happened, I subscribed to the New York Times Cooking, and I was able to get excited about cooking again because I'm trying like new dishes every week. I pick what I'm going to make and get ingredients and make some brand new dishes that I've really enjoyed. The A, I did a little digital art here. I took some pictures of my kids and cut them up and made an A. So this is Wendy. She is a teacher in Minnesota. She teaches Spanish. We talk every day. So I love my daughter. This is my son, David. He is an engineer in Denver, Colorado. And right now his project is working on building driverless trucks. And so we talk all the time, and he helps me a lot with science ideas. And this is Sean. Sean actually lives here in Washington, down in Federal Way, and he drives a big, complicated shredding truck during the day. And he's really big into working out and staying fit. And so I get to see him more often than the other kids. And my kids are super important to me, probably the number one thing in my life. So you will hear me mention them from time to time. And last, my N is made out of things I would take on a hike. So I've got a couple water bottles, my boots, and some hiking books. Me and Zeus do lots of hiking. We did a lot of hiking this summer, mostly within the state, but we go camping and hiking, and then you'll even see him walking around town making videos for you this year. So all that I told you in a video, but the requirement says you have to write it out. So here it is in writing. And one of the requirements is you do need to write in complete sentences. You are basically writing me a paragraph about yourself, but the way you're doing it is by explaining your letters. So I'm not going to read this to you because I just told it to you in just a minute ago. Now, this is also acceptable. You could draw your name tag. Remember, this is a very open-ended assignment, so there are many different ways you could accomplish making a name tag that tells me something about you and taking a picture of it. But this is one more way. If you like drawing and you want to try that and take a picture and submit it, you can. I'm not very artistic, but I thought I'd give it a try. I couldn't come up with a good way to draw Dave, Wendy, and Sean. But if you're not very artistic, then use some objects around your house and just create the letters the way I did. And that is your first assignment. This assignment isn't going to be due for a whole week, so you will see the due date on this on the Canvas assignment. But this will be one way for us to get to know each other, for me to get to know you, and to get those creative juices flowing, and to make sure you know how to take pictures with your device and submit them. Because later, when we do experiments and labs and projects, I will want you to be able to do that. I look forward to a year that's going to be different, but it's going to be good. And I'm really excited that you are in my class this year.